This is an Xbox that you can wear on your face. What is up, y'all, and welcome to Xbox Ready, my YouTube channel that's all about Xbox. I get on here multiple times a week to talk the latest Xbox news, rumors, games, accessories, pretty much anything I want to talk about as long as it's about Xbox in some way. Now, if you've been paying attention even just a little bit, or if you've been keeping up with the channel, you will know, whether you like it or not, we are living in an age where Microsoft considers many things to be Xboxes, not just our Series X and S consoles, or if you're still rocking with an Xbox One, but so many other things. Phones, tablets, cars, TVs, anything that can access an Xbox game, so maybe even throw in PlayStations and Nintendo consoles as well. As we discussed in a previous video, this might be something they've been silently hoping for a decade at this point. Being able to play the latest Xbox games regardless of what device or hardware you currently have. But let's be perfectly honest. Yeah, you can access Xbox games over a wide variety of devices, but some of those devices are better than others, especially if you're relying on cloud gaming in order to make that specific device an Xbox. Now, sure, it's cool that my phone is technically an Xbox. I can play Xbox games on any smartphone that I want. There's a time that would have absolutely blown my mind if someone whipped out an iPhone and started playing Halo 3 on it. Here's the thing though. Yes, we live in a world where we can play Xbox on a pocket-sized device, but we have to deal with a pocket-sized screen as well. I've talked a lot on my channel, my experience using Xbox Cloud Gaming or Xbox Remote Play to stream games to my phone. Games like The Witcher 3, The Callisto Protocol, Avowed. I've played so many Xbox games on my phone. But let's be real, yeah, it's cool, but fighting the Wild Hunt on a 6-inch screen versus a full-size TV, it just does not hit the same. And that's assuming you do have some sort of external controller like the backbone I have here. There are soldiers out there putting up with touchscreen controls, which take up even more of the game screen. I don't know how y'all do it. The fact of the matter is, no gamer, if given the choice, has ever been like, yeah, I want a game on the smallest screen possible. We dream of playing on massive TVs, ultra-wide monitors, especially if you're an old-school Xbox fan, running LAN parties on a huge projector or TV. But what if you can keep that portability without having to make any compromises on your screen size? That's where these RayNeo glasses come into play. RayNeo was kind enough to send me the Air 3S Pros and sponsor today's video, and I was really surprised to see how they fixed one of my biggest problems with cloud gaming, especially through a mobile device. Now, the concept for these are simple. Instead of streaming a game onto your phone and dealing with a 6-inch rinky-dink display, you plug these in, put them on, and suddenly you have access to like a over 200-inch display. Now, I've gotten to try a couple of other AR glasses that make a lot of the same claims that RayNeo does, but overall I was impressed with how intuitive and easy to use these things were right out the box. With other glasses, I've been really excited. Oh, like I have in these glasses, there's like a huge display that's going to be beamed right into my eyeballs, but when I put them on, it took a lot of fiddling with the focus and the depth length just to make sure that the image came together in one cohesive thing. And even after a lot of work and tinkering, the image would sometimes still be blurry, and overall it was just an uncomfortable experience. With the Air 3S Pro, all I needed to do was put them on my face, plug them in, and they worked perfectly. The image was right there. I was like, oh, that's a TV. No tinkering, no fiddling with the focus, no none of that. They just work. There was no fuss, no extra hassle. You can customize the display color depending on what you're doing, like watching a movie or playing a game or just messing around on your phone. And you can even change the refresh rate from 60 Hertz all the way up to 120. Right now, I'm looking at the script that I wrote up for this video. And honestly, like, it's just, I should just do this. So instead of like referencing my phone between takes and stuff, I just put these on. I would have to probably just use like a voiceover for the rest of the video, but it's just cool. I was also pretty impressed with the audio on these things. They have 3 different modes: standard, spatial, and whisper. I don't really mess around with the whisper too much because, well, I've just been using these in my own apartment, so I don't care who can hear me playing Halo. The standard audio is more than enough for me, and it's definitely a huge upgrade over my phone's audio. I tried out a couple different games using these things: Halo Infinite, Gears of War Reloaded, and Forza Horizon 5. And now that they've introduced those improvements to the ultimate tier for Xbox Cloud Gaming, 1440p streaming, up to 60 FPS, I tried out Cyberpunk on these and I was really impressed impressed with how the game was looking on a display, a TV that doesn't even exist technically. I get it though, cloud gaming isn't for everybody, and Microsoft can restructure Game Pass and add cloud gaming to all the different tiers. Still, there are people out there who are just not gonna care. It's just not their cup of tea. I understand. I've talked a lot about the pros and cons of game streaming, and while it's improved a lot over the years, there are times when it can still be pretty frustrating to use, especially if you don't have a good internet connection. Having some dope glasses to change the display, it's not going to affect the controller input lag or the stuttering or any of the other problems that you would have during a cloud streaming session. But since you can plug this thing into anything that has a USB-C port, I could plug it into something like, I don't know, my ROG Xbox Ally X. Now, leading up to the release of the Xbox Ally X, there was a lot of complaints about it, including the price and, oh, the screen isn't big enough. The screen should have had an upgrade in some way. Or if you pair this up with this, suddenly that's not an issue anymore. And it's actually a really good match because these glasses support the same resolution and refresh rate that the Xbox Ally X screen does, which means I can take advantage of the exact performance targets that the manufacturers were intending over at Asus, just on a bigger virtual screen. One of the things I was most excited to do when I got the Xbox Ally X was play Baldur's Gate 3 through Steam on it. Now, when I originally played this game, when it came out in 2023, I played it on a huge ultra-wide monitor. Fans of the channel may remember it. It was like comically large, unnecessarily large. And while I was playing on the Xbox Ally X, it was nice. I was really impressed with the performance, especially as I got to the Druid's Grove, which historically, even my Razer 14 struggled to handle at launch. But Baldur's Gate 3, you don't need the biggest screen in order to enjoy it. You can definitely enjoy it on a handheld, but I believe that it's helpful if you have a bigger display, just to manage your companions, plan out your different strategy, especially on those more difficult runs. And there's a lot of details in the world that you would miss if you shrink the screen down. A lot of different items, characters, a bunch of stuff. So being able to use the Air 3S Pro glasses to expand my Baldur's Gate 3 display was really cool. Again, I got that same performance that I love on the Xbox Ally X, just on a bigger display. I love when things just work out of the box. There's nothing worse than getting some new tech that you're excited for, trying it out and being like, this is not living up to my expectations, man. There's as much as half the price of similar products on the market right now. They make a few compromises in order to get to that lower price point, specifically that wired USB-C connection. It'd also be cooler to be able to fix the screen to a specific location. Right now, the display travels wherever you look. There are also certain angles where the top or bottom of the display are a little bit cut off, so finding that sweet spot on where the glasses fit on the bridge of your nose, that's going to be something that you have to work towards, but overall, I was really impressed. Thanks again to RayNeo for sending these out my way. It makes for a cool accessory to have that I can use on multiple devices in this new Xbox ecosystem, whether I'm using it to stream games or using it with my ROG Ally. If I really wanted to, I could plug it into my gaming laptop, use it that way. It's really light when I'm wearing it, so it's comfortable for those longer gaming sessions. And a big plus for me is that I'm able to wear my big goofy glasses underneath these glasses. They do have prescription lens inserts available, but at this point, like with the way that they sit on my regular glasses, I don't even need them. If you want to check them out for yourself, I have the link down in the description. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.